Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is TDT. Wishing each and every one of y'all a happy new year. Welcome to 2026, ladies and gentlemen. You made it. Give yourself a round of applause. I hope everybody is feeling really good, feeling really nice. I hope you guys are locked in. I hope you had a great 2025. I hope it was abundant and filled with success. Yes. Yes. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yes. Yes, we have returned. It's been a year. And we are back. So, let's get into what we have in store for 2026. Here we are looking at our Index Triad. We have here the ES, the NASDAQ, and the Dow Jones. And I'm looking at a 12-month chart, ladies and gentlemen, a 12-month chart, okay? And I think it's just interesting looking at where we are in time right now. We're in an interesting period, ladies and gentlemen. Very interesting period in time. But let's not get too much into that. Let's talk about how we have not had a down close year in the futures market indexes since 2022. Another time we had a down close year was in 2018. That is interesting. 2008, of course, and then we had a period of 3 years here. 2000, 2001, and 2002, all down close years. The full year was a down close. That's just something to note. It's interesting, you know. Our price is inflated. I'm not the one to say if it is or if it is not. What I do is study price intraday and then we tango. You feel me? Okay. So what I want to talk about with you guys today real quick is let's just take a look. This is interesting while we're here. Let's just take a quick look at this. Take a quick look at this. So look at that. Entering that gap into 22. That's real interesting. And if you take a deep look here at Dow Jones, you can see, look how it tapped into that gap. That's just interesting to look at, isn't it? You see it does the same right here, tap. And these are 12-month candles. Each one of these candles represents one full year. Just interesting to look at how it flows from the macro perspective into the intraday micro structure perspectives, isn't it? It's just interesting, you know. I'm here, I'm still studying price, people. I'm still excited by everything that I see in these charts, the consistency. Oh man, the ups, the downs, it's been quite the ride, okay? It's been quite a ride, I'm not gonna lie to you, but we're still here and we're still kicking. Give thanks for life, health, and strength, my friends. So, okay, just interesting to note on the 12-month chart. That's not what we're doing here today, though. Today, I want to talk to you guys about the website that I have designed and created, where I want to create a community for traders to come in and talk about price action positively, okay? Emphasis on positively, okay? So give me 1 second, let me just pull up the website real quick for you. So here we have the Developing Trader blog, and you can see I was playing with it earlier in the year, and just kind of seeing how I want to go about delivering content on this website. So what I want us to go over is this post that I just published a few minutes ago. Cheers to the new year 2026. All right, you can see we got our calendar releases here on the right. This website will be updated over time, so if it's ugly to you, it's okay, it's going to get better. So I just want to go over what is on this blog post for you guys. So here we go. Happy New Year to one and to all. Welcome, my friends and family, to the new and soon to be improved The Developing Trader blog. We'll be updating our activities here in real time throughout 2026 and beyond. I hope you all are doing amazing and kicking off the new year with clear intentions and the mindset to dominate 2026 the right way, with discipline, patience, and purpose. What is this blog really about? Well, moving forward, my plan is to document my daily expectations across several markets and monitor how price actually delivers. So I'll be taking a look at a few Forex pairs and of course my favorite basket, which is the Triad, the Futures Triad, and I will be updating my expectations and what actually happens on a daily basis, okay? There will be times I may share some of my personal trades, but that's not what I want this community to revolve around. This community is not about flexing, boasting, or stirring any jealousy. There are those that are very knowledgeable in price action, and then there are those who are just beginning to learn. I want this place to be a safe place for both audiences, okay? My goal is to create a positive environment for budding traders of all ages from all over the world to connect and have a healthy, productive discourse about the markets, okay? I want this place to be a place where we move as one unit in spirit towards a common goal. That goal being helping each other become better versions of ourselves on a daily basis, okay? So this is my plan, and this will begin. I may do a test run to begin in this week, as we're kind of in the middle of this week. So I want to start this officially going into next week, being that we'll do a video on Saturday and then Sunday, or I may begin on Sunday with our projections and then we go from there. But this is how I want to lay out my game plan here. So I'll do a pre-market analysis before trades, before I head out to work. I still have a full-time job and I still trade here. So I'm just creating a way to keep myself accountable and to create an environment where we all keep each other accountable, So in the morning, I do a pre-market analysis and I will post that to this trading blog, okay? I'll show you where that goes. Then in the evening, we'll review what actually transpired based on what we expected and compare that to the morning expectations, okay? On Wednesdays, when it's viable, we will have a midweek check-in assessing how price has delivered and whether projections need to pivot, what actually happened, essentially, okay? On Saturdays, we want to do a weekly reflection, any lessons you might have learned throughout the week, any mistakes I may have made, confirmations on my beliefs, these things, okay? And then Sunday, we do our forward projection, preparation for the upcoming week, okay? This structure is designed to build my own consistency while creating a mutually beneficial space where time and effort are used productively for all of us, okay? So, transparency and intentions. We will read this carefully. I want to be crystal clear, my friends. I will be showcasing my understanding of price delivery based on the knowledge I have gathered over the past 9 years of relentless study. I am not your guru, neither do I want to be. a guru. I am definitely not a financial advisor. Nothing shared here should be considered financial advice, okay? Disclaimers will be posted on all content, blogs, videos, and any material, okay? I have created some learning material to help explain how I personally personally monitor price across different markets, okay? It's not complicated, and I truly believe simplicity is key to long-term profitability, okay? So, questions I know everyone's gonna ask. Have I made money trading? The answer is yes. Am I a profitable trader? My answer would be no. I will never call myself a profitable trader until I've statistically documented my profitability with legitimate, verifiable broker statements and the whole 9 yards. At that point, though, at that point, my goal isn't to just be hustling prop firms, okay? It's to acquire large capital and transition towards fund level management. That's my big plan. Like, I want to grow. As I grow in knowledge, we grow capital, and I start my own firm, okay? And yes, we'll be documenting this growth together, okay? So for those with similar mindsets, if you one day want to grow your understanding to that level, you are in the right place amongst the right people, okay? So, about the community I want to build. So when this private community officially launches, it won't be for just anyone. I want to ensure it's a good fit for you and for the group. I respect all trading styles, but I prefer to keep the dialogue focused on one approach, using smart money concepts, okay? So if you're considering joining, I strongly recommend having already gone through, at bare minimum, ICT 2016 mentorship. That's the 1 year mentorship. Yes, 1 year mentorship, right? And this will help us to avoid debates over, oh, you're using this style or he's using that style, and it just creates a lot of confusion and it leads to unnecessary debates, okay? Allow us to go deeper into understanding one framework together, okay? So this community will be for you if you're serious about learning price action, if you value discipline over hype, if you're willing to document and reflect, and if you're aligned with smart money concepts. This may not be for you if you're just looking for signals. It's a no-go. If you want me to just make trade calls, that's not what I'm doing. I'm not making trade calls. I'll give you areas and price to monitor, and trades may develop in those areas, but it's going to be up to your understanding to act upon those, okay? Now, if you're interested in debating trading styles, that's not what we're here to do, okay? Even on this YouTube channel, right now the comments are open, but if I start to gain traction and I start to see too much negative posts going back and forth, I'm just going to shut it down, because I only want to talk with people that are serious about their craft, okay? And that's nothing against anyone else. It's just, if I'm going to communicate, I'm going to protect my energy and communicate with people that have a similar mindset, okay? If you're already profitable and have a proven model, unless you're coming in here to show off, there's no need. These are for people that are developing and looking to find themselves, okay? Same thing that I am doing. So here we go. My journey. No shortcuts, no fairy tales. If I had to be honest about my own shortcomings, in the beginning, I was a student who studied too much, executed too little. I started in 2017, zero trading zero trading knowledge. And where I first gained my first understanding of anything having to do with trading was the Baby Pips free course, okay? So that's where I began learning on Baby Pips, all right? That's before ever funding a broker account or anything. From there, I explored more indicator-based systems using MACDs, RSI crossovers, Bollinger Bands. I spent a lot of time learning Elliott Wave and learning about Elliott Wave, and I could do a whole video on Elliott Wave and the difference between what I was learning then and what I understand now, but that's going to take us down a rabbit hole. So hopefully we can do that later, okay? Then came the gurus in 2020. I'm not going to tell you how I got it, but I got every single guru, their course, their private courses. I had access to each one, okay? Yes, each one. So Forex was my main goal at the time. So in 2020, I studied every course, hours upon hours, notebook open, market on the screen. I'm like, what is he saying? What am I seeing? In real time. So I spent countless hours. I was not working at the time, and I had a lot of free time. I was doing the pandemic, so this was my focus. And every morning I was getting up and doing this every single day, people. I'm telling you. And it's so crazy. You can study the wrong way for so long and see no progress, man. And that's the key why I like to at least lead people down the proper pathway, because it's difficult enough just to get the psychology, but if what you're working with is a broken foundation, man, I'm talking, some people get into the scheme and never in their life make a withdrawal, never find profitability, and a lot of it is just incorrect thinking, okay? So back then, Forex was my main focus until I finally discovered that I could trade NQ, ES, and YM. At the time, I was living in another country where I don't want to say right now, but I was overseas, international, and I only could trade CFDs. That in itself, my friends, opened up a whole new world for me, because keep in mind, this is about 2020, so I just started in 2017, loaded my first funds in 2018. This entire time I was only trading Forex, and I did not know that I could trade ES or NAS 100, US 500. I did not know. And then when I finally found, it was like a bulb went off. I was like, wow, now I'm gonna make so much money, It was a whole story to how I figured that out as well. But I've been doing it for a long time. I can go on about stories and stories. That's not what we're doing here, so let's keep this moving. So there's something about index futures, what they represent and how they move intraday, that has always drawn me in, and to this day they remain my primary focus. When you came into this video, what did you see? The indexes were there open, and I was ready to break it down. So eventually, okay, I found the ICT 2016 mentorship. So in this pool of all these different influencers and all their different private or their courses, his was just one of those courses that was in the mix, and I did not even begin to study his work until after I was done with everyone else's. I think I found his afterwards, or however it happened. So I'm studying all these people's stuff, and then I finally find the ICT 2016 mentorship, which now is for free on YouTube, open to everybody. I am a charter member. I spent $2,000 of my hard-earned money on what you get now for free. But the thing about it is, when something's free, people don't appreciate it, right? So it's a whole thing about that in itself with the mentorship that I'm not gonna get into right now. So it's a lot of things, man. Let's just take it one day at a time, people. It's 2026 and we about to get busy. Yeah, we about to get busy. Let's get it. Okay. So anyway, eventually I found it, and alongside Beat the Market Maker. I don't know if you guys heard of that. I forget the guy's name, but those two, it really started to click. Like what they showed me, and I looked in the chart, I saw what they were showing me, and it was just like another light bulb just boop went off, and I was like, compared to what these guys are talking about, this here is something there, baby. I gotta dive deeper. And, thus it began, So where was I? Not because it was new, but because almost every guru, listen to this, almost every guru I studied before had drawn from the same source. So I was hearing people mention stuff like breaking market structure or fair value gap, and I was like, okay, that's something new. but I'm learning it from someone else, not the creator. Some of you probably went down the same route, so you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, I'm waffling. Let us continue. This realization changed everything. So, looking forward, ladies and gentlemen, my friends, throughout 2026, we'll talk openly about what I've learned, what I'm still correcting today, where I have fallen short, and how I'm improving on my execution and my process and my analysis. Because I truly believe everyone has something they can learn from one another. Everyone has something they can teach. Even if you're not like all the way profitable, if you're learning from your lessons on a daily basis, believe me, all of that is very valuable, okay? You just need to stay strong and stay at it and get over that hump, friends, okay? So, social media has lost the art, right? The art of listening, obviously. I truly believe everyone has something to teach if we're willing to listen. Social media has lost that art because negativity is now monetized. Unity is rare. People want engagement, and when they strike nerves, they get engagement. And that right there probably could fuel a business. Like, I probably could fuel even what I'm doing with that stuff, but I don't want to do that stuff. I'm not even interested in being like super popular. If I could just have a small group of lions, my friend, not a group of sheep, give me the lions, okay? And we'll go to war, my friend. Together, we will go to war, all right? Anyway, also I have a mailing list that I want you to join if you are interested in this community. It's a link to it on this page here. You click on it. You can join that. I also have some private indicators that I have created, I have developed. They're still in process of being developed because I want to see like the best way to break it down. So you can get on my mailing list and I'll give you more information about those indicators as time goes on. So my closing thoughts, I want to say thank you for reading and stopping by on this New Year's Day. Thank you for checking out the video on YouTube. I wish you all more blessings, more abundance, and more prosperity all throughout 2026, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Last thing I want to mention, I know he's gonna shill out the codes. Man, bro, come on, bro. You gotta pay the bills, buddy. You know, you got to pay the bills. So I use Apex on a daily basis, okay? So I wouldn't promote anything that I don't currently use. And right now, I'm taking advantage of this New Year's promotion where you can get up to a $300,000 account for just the price of $19, okay? And there's a lot you can do with that, especially if you get a few of them. I think the biggest payout this year came from Apex, from not a personal friend of mine, but definitely a mentorship friend of mine, a charter member. His name is what's his name? How could I forget his name? I was just watching this video the other day. Oh my goodness, man. The bro, we had two people that made big payouts on Apex this year. One was my friend who was the charter member that's not coming to me, and another one was Trader King, right? And what they do is they buy a bulk of these accounts, right? Run them up, bypass the trailing drawdown, and then it's open season, okay? It's open season. I'm going to be showing y'all how I trade my Apex account throughout the year, okay? That's when I actually do display some of my trades and how I'm working and evolving and refining my process, okay? So go ahead and check out Apex and get that discount that they have going on for the next 5 days. I promise you, you will be thankful that you take advantage of that. They normally go for about $60. So at 20, yeah, I'm getting a few of them. I'm actually getting 100K accounts because I tend to pass those much easier. The 300K accounts, I like those because I can use, let's say, 1 or 2 contracts
and it gives me more space to work with that 1 or 2 contracts. Okay, I'm not over leveraging in these accounts. I'll show you what I'm doing as time goes on. So ladies and gentlemen, as we come to the end here, I want to say thank you once again for tuning in. Please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, do all those things. And once again, thank you for tuning in. I wish you the best. I wish you all a successful 2026. You take a look at the disclaimer here. I'll have that posted in the description along with the Apex so you can get that discount. I'll also link to the blog. Feel free to drop in and say hello. Subscribe to the mailing list. That seems like a lot of things, but you know, just come and check it out. It's no pressure, my friends. It's no pressure. I'm just trying to create something that can be beneficial to everybody here. And I hope we can create something special, okay? You guys have a great one, and I'll see you on the weekend. TDT out.